America says we need a severe recession to help cool inflation. Michael Lee is with us. All right, Mike Lee, formerly permanently bullish, no longer bullish, I think. Would you agree with that? Do we need a big recession to kill inflation?
Well, Stuart, only two ways to solve inflation: supply and demand. And as you can see from the Biden administration and now Emperor Newsom out in California, nothing's happening to help supply. There's a environmental regulation going forward in California that's going to ice out about 70,000 truckers. So the problems at the Port of LA are only going to get exponentially worse, and we're not going to drill for any more oil anywhere in this country. The Biden administration has waged war on fossil fuels. It was one of his campaign pledges to end fossil fuel, despite that being 82% of our energy. So what you're seeing in these inflation numbers today is a cost push in everything from the price of energy, okay? And this quote-unquote Putin price hike, we haven't even felt it yet. Food prices are going to be up much higher this fall and this winter as a result of the war in Ukraine. So we haven't felt really any of that yet. So the only way, one of the solutions for higher prices is higher prices. So now you need to crush demand. So the Fed is kind of doing their best with that. I believe we're already in a recession right now. The Atlanta Fed's tracking another negative 1% plus for this quarter. I believe we'll be in a technical recession as of right now. The question is, how much is already priced in the market?
Okay. Have we hit bottom? You're talking about an inflation that's going to continue real bad, a Fed that's going to clamp down on the economy. If those two things happen, how can we already be at a bottom in the market? We're not there yet, are we?
I don't think we're there yet. I think we've got somewhere from 5 to 15% additional downside from here, and I think the market bottoms when the expectations of a Fed pivot start hitting everybody. Once that becomes a consensus, then the market is going to bottom. It's kind of sad how dependent we've become on the Federal Reserve, but it really is nothing new, this term, don't fight the Fed. So when the Fed goes from aggressive tightening to a somewhat neutral to accommodative stance, and I believe they will have to start talking about accommodation a quarter or two from now because the economy is decelerating rapidly. I mean, we got an NFIB survey yesterday morning, bright and early, talking with the lowest forward outlook for small businesses in the history of the survey. So things are bad out there. The savings rate's at the lowest level it's been post-financial crisis. Consumer confidence at the lowest level ever recorded. Credit card debt at an absolute all-time high. The CEO of Costco out there saying most of the country's already in a recession. They're choosing between gas, food, and heating and cooling their homes at the moment. It's a sad state of affairs for the people at the bottom end of the scale. And look, this happened on the back of $10 trillion of stimulus. This is 100% on the shoulders of this administration. They have a great disdain for the average American, and it's playing out in front of our eyes right now.
All right, Mike Lee, we hear you. A tale of woe, if ever I heard one. Thanks very much, Mike. All right,
thanks,
I find this fascinating. Surgeons at NYU Langone have